classroom setup day one. I'm like, I want to dress cute because I'll feel better when I'm here. And I got a lot of work ahead of me. So you can tell there's literally like nothing in my classroom. These are some shelves that will need to be put together still, but it's a pretty blank slate in here. I'm not gonna work on hanging anything on the walls or anything yet. I just gotta figure out what my layout's gonna look like for my classroom. So I have some of my classroom stuff here that I'll start taking out of boxes, I think, and then unpacking and trying to figure out what is gonna make the most sense classroom layout wise to best support students. So you guys know I preach it time and time again. I think your classroom layout is the most important part of your entire classroom. Classroom decor, decorations, all those fun things are great, but you have to have a well thought out classroom layout for your classroom to be successful. So that's my TED Talk. I figure before I do anything though, I will vacuum up all the little bugs and flies around here, and I got myself a little mini classroom vacuum because I have an office I can like store it in now, so I'm jacked about this. I think we finished vacuuming everything for now. I'm so hot though, you guys. I'm gonna have to bring a fan for when I'm like setting up in here because it's hot in here. Next thing is going to be to start laying things out in my classroom where I think they will go, so I can start wrapping my head around like the overall classroom layout. So let's start. Okay, so I think this area is going to end up being one of my calm down spaces. So cute, I have so many ideas for this. My classroom theme is going to be underwater, which is what I've always done because I feel like underwater scenes are so calming in the first place. I can't staple anything to the wall. So in the past when I did a sequin sensory wall, I would staple sequin fabric to the wall, and I can't do that here. But I don't want to give up a sequin sensory wall. So I ordered this thing off Amazon, and I think I'm actually going to really like it. I haven't decided if I'm going to attach it to the wall in some way yet, or if I'm just going to let it be like propped up over here, and maybe I'll end up getting a couple of them or whatever, but it seems to be pretty good quality. So I'm excited about that. This is gonna be so cute. Oh my gosh. I cannot make this up. Literally my first box that I opened is a fan. I need this so bad. Wow. Now I can really do this. This is all I needed. I'm a creature of habit, and so I like to set things up similar to my previous setup, but just in a new classroom. I think I'm getting like a board that goes on the wall, and I just don't know exactly where it's going to be yet, so I will adjust once I have a better idea. Okay, day one classroom setup. I'm about to get out of here. This is as far as we've gotten. I've opened a lot of things in boxes and gotten some of my stuff out. I also just feel like I've wrapped my head around how I want to set things up out in this main area. And then I'm also starting to wrap my head around how I might want to set things up in my office space and then my storage space. Oh yeah, and then I have this space, which will be like a student work area that I just have empty boxes in. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about some of my ideas. I think I might have this as like a work area / learning space over here, and then this also as a learning workspace. So like front of the room where the whiteboard is, where our like whatever type of board's gonna be hung there is, that's gonna be our learning area. So I'll have a better idea once I get some furniture with that. This area, I'm gonna do a bulletin board that will just be like art projects, and then I might have a calm down space somewhere over here. This is gonna be mainly like student resources, I think. So far, literally all I've done is put our spinny chair and some like flexible seating options down there, but I want things that are in here available for students because I don't have locks on the cabinet, so I don't want to have to worry about like games and Legos getting thrown if a kid's escalated, or kids going to get those things if they're not supposed to be doing that. So this is gonna be like all things that kids can grab, is my thinking. Over here, I wanna do this as my calm down space. I have a really cool rug that's coming, some ideas for things on the wall, but I figured this would just be a nice away from everything space. All this stuff, you guys, I'm not really sure. I might make another calm down space over there. I really have to see like what these white shelves look like once they're up, because I feel like right now I just need to find a way to like partition this room a little bit so it's not so big and open, especially if I am doing like a group or if I have kids working individually in here. I want to make sure that there's like separate workspaces for kids. The one thing that I always remember when you're decorating a classroom or putting a classroom together, layout comes first. The decor, like the posters and everything that you hang up, that's what's gonna make your classroom just seem more homey, but it's the last thing that you do. So right now I feel like my classroom's looking very sterile. But once we get the layout figured out, once I know what furniture I'm gonna have where my calm down spaces are gonna be, I will start printing and putting together my posters and such, and then I can start hanging things up, and that's gonna really change the overall like feeling of this room. Can you guys tell I did anything? I feel like I hardly scratched the surface, touched the surface. I don't know. I need to get out of here because I'm hot.